So hi guys, welcome back to my channel Akwaba. So today we're just going to be doing a brow tutorial. So I'm just trimming my brows, making sure that it's clean and crisp. And for this tutorial you'll be needing an angled brush. Mine is the CVL one. You would also need a spoolie, you will need a brow pencil, a flat brush and a blending brush. You need some brow gel and some setting powder. So now that we are good to go, I'm just going to be setting my brows. I have very oily brows, so I find that doing this helps to keep my brow area very matte. Yeah, so we're just going to be diving in. I'm going to be using a well-sharpened brow pencil to outline my brows. I particularly start from the bottom part of my brow, taking my time. Brows are very delicate, guys, so you want to take your time just to avoid making too many mistakes. As for the mistakes, you will make them, but if you take your time, you avoid having to do a lot of work when you are cleaning up your brow. So just take your time and draw your brows. So you just want to take your time and also sharpen your pencil each time you realize that your pencil has gone blunt. I find that when you sharpen your pencil quite often, it helps to make your outline very crisp and clean. Yeah, so I'm just connecting my line from the top to join the line we already created at the bottom. Yeah, so I'm just brushing through my brows now, making sure that all the hairs are well laid before we go into the next step. Yeah, so with a very sharpened brow pencil again, we're going to be creating hair-like strokes. You want to particularly focus this on the beginning part of the brow because this helps to create a very natural brow and doesn't make your eyebrows look too fake. So I like to do this for the beginning part of my brow. When you realize your pencil is blunt again, please make sure you sharpen it before you continue. Yeah, so I'm just going to be repeating the same step throughout my brow, just focusing, particularly on the front part. So now we see the difference it makes here. Yeah, so I'm going to be going into my ABH brow gel and focusing this on the tail part of my brows because we want to have that portion very dark, and also that part cannot be really as natural as the beginning. I usually don't like my brows like that, so I like it to have a gradient, so it moves from very natural and then the tail part is well defined so that it pops up better. Yeah, so to measure where your brow tail should end, I usually lay my angled brush on the edge of my eye just to give me an idea of where my brow should end. Yeah, so we are going to go into concealing. I'm using my MAC flat brush. I think this is the 242 or so, an LA Girl Beautiful Bronze. I'm just going to use that to clean the bottom part of my brow. So I use a concealer that is like 1 or 2 shades lighter than my skin tone for the bottom part of my brow because I find that it helps, to make my brows pop better, and then it also really cleans and makes the brow very outstanding. Yeah, so we're just going to use that, and I also drag my concealer onto my eyelids just to create an eyeshadow base for my eyeshadow. So I just apply the rest of my concealer all over my eyelids, and then yeah, this just helps to prevent that halo effect and also doesn't make the brows look funny. So I always do my eyeshadow with a concealer, my eyeshadow base with a concealer. So I just find that dragging it down what helps. Then we're going to go into the blending brush. We're going to be using that to blend in the concealer. Make sure that there are no harsh lines and is well blended. Then I'm going to go into my foundation. I usually use a foundation for the top part of my brow. I don't use concealers or any other product. I just use my foundation that I will normally use for my entire face. Yes, I'm just using that to define the top part of my brow. And I usually leave the very front part of my brow. I don't conceal that part because we want to have a very natural look to the front part of the brow. So I find that if you conceal or you start concealing from the very beginning, it makes it look very, unnatural. Yeah, so that's basically what I do. Just take your time. If you make a mistake, you can always correct it after. So I just take my time and then I blend in the foundation into my skin. So using a foundation also makes sure that it's well blended. The top part is well blended into your skin because it's your foundation shade. So I'm just blending it in with a blending brush, making sure that everything looks seamless. Okay, so it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes whilst cleaning up your brows. I'm just going in with the ABH brow gel again to make sure that I'm correcting the places that got cleaned by my concealer, and also to just extra define my brow. Yeah, so I'm going to go in with my brow gel. This is the Estee Lauder brow gel, but you can use any brow gel, honestly. You don't need to get the same product I used here to get the same effect. You can always make do with what you have. So I like to use a brow gel, a clear brow gel, just to emphasize the brow hairs again, and also make sure that everything is well laid. And the brow gel also helps to hold your brows in place throughout the day so that you don't have scattered brows at the end of the day, especially those who have very bushy eyebrows. Yeah, so I'm going to be setting my brows. As I said before, I have oily brows, so I like to put setting powder over my brow once I'm done. This just helps to, keep that area very matte. And if you have oily brows, by the end of the day, usually your brows would have cleaned or some portion would have cleaned. So this helps to just keep my brows in place. Then I'm going over again with my brow gel just to finish off everything. Yes, guys, so this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned something from this brow tutorial. Yeah, this is the very end. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. Medasi Bebre. Bye.